Hi everyone, I am Anshika Agrawal and I welcome you all to my channel Basic Funda. In today's video, we will see what are lists and how we can use lists in Power Pages. In my previous video, we have seen how to create a web page using a basic form. So this is what we have created in our last video, which is a basic form added into a web page. In today's video, we will try to see what are lists and how we can use a list in Power Pages. So in last session we have seen that we can enter employee name, contact number, department, and then we can submit a form and an employee record gets created. But then to show the list of employees we would need something. So to do that, to show a list of records like we have a subgrid in a CRM, the similar kind of things like showing of records in a list manner or in a subgrid manner onto the portals, we use list. So when I go to the Power Pages Management Model Driven app, which we generally use for the development, here is the in the left navigation under the content, we have this option called list. With the help of list, we can create a view, or maybe I can say we can make use of an existing view. That view can be created in CRM. So whatever filters, whatever columns, whatever sorting we add into that view, it's nothing different. It's a simple view that we create in CRM, and then the same view we can show into the portals and with the help of list. So this is one more component for list which we will utilize today. We will create a web page. That would be our first step. And before creating a web page, we will create a list. In that, we will add a view which we want to show to the user. Then we will embed this list into a web page, and directly we will just add that web page onto a navigation somewhere. So once we create this uh, employee, we will navigate this record to that list page so that the newly created view will become, the newly created record will become visible into that subgrid or a list. So let's start. One more thing. Usually I am using this Power Pages Management Model Driven app for the development purpose. But if you want to see how it can be done and what all things can be done using the studio, so let me know in the comments. I will try to create one more video using the studio. But today let's try to do it using Power Pages Management app. So let me go to a list. Let's click on new. Since we are trying to show an employee list, let me give a name called employee list. So we have created an entity. We have created an entity last time, which is employee. Let me select that. So there are certain options. First is name, then the table name. So which list you want to show onto the web page, you have to choose that entity. So for me, it's employee entity. Which website you are using, you have to select it. And now this is the option. So let me enable the advanced settings to show you the most content it will show. So if I click on view, that means as soon as you start clicking on this button, it will start adding new components like one view, second view. So if you want to show multiple views, like in CRM also we have an option to show the user multiple options of views so that he can also change which view he wants to see. So as of now, first let's create a single view, and this will be the list of options which is coming from the CRM only. So if you start adding more views, it will become visible here, and whatever view you want to show, you can show it here. So let me select
Now,
active employees.
so we have selected, we want this active employees view to be visible. Second point is display name. So what should be the display name of this view to be visible to the users? So I just wanted to say the same thing, like these are my active employees. So I will say active employees only, but whatever name you give here, that will be visible there. So let me give just a different name. Maybe I'll just give employees. Okay, so that you can see the difference. Now we will go to the other options, like this options, where we have one more thing called custom JavaScript. So whatever customization if you want to do around the list, you can write it here, and we will have a grid configurations. But let me just save this record. Now I will show you how it is looking like right now current, I mean onto the portal. But just wanted to show you some option that under this options we have grid configuration, where we have view actions and item actions. View actions, we have create and download button. So let's say if I click on create, on the subgrid there will be three dots on the record, and there will be an option that will become available which is called create. Once I select download, then whatever records are there in that list or in a subgrid that is visible onto the portal, when I click on download, it will download an Excel sheet which will contain all those records. So that's how you can use the download button. It is out of the box, you just need to click it so that it will become automatically available. But so this is related to download. Now about create. So once that create button is visible, then what you can do is you have target types like basic form, web page, URL. So once user clicks on that record and once user selects create, so this create button will be visible at the top on the right of the subgrid. So with the help of this, you are trying to say that if you want to create a new record for employee, just click on this button, and target type you can give basic form, web page, or any URL that you want to open up. So let's say if you're doing some customization and you want to take user to somewhere else, you can choose URL, and then you can just give the redirect URL. Of course, there will be button label available in each of the option. So this will be the label of that button, create button. If you select web page, then it will ask you to select the web page to which you want the user to be redirected. If you select a basic form, then it will open up a pop-up, and whatever is the basic form you have right now related to that entity, you can select it from there, and then it will show a pop-up of that basic form directly. So this is a kind of create and download button. I'm not enabling it right now because let's see how it looks like without these buttons. Now these are item actions. Why these are two things is, this is totally new thing, not related to the existing record. I mean, we are not doing something on the records like editing, viewing the details. That's why these are view actions. But on the item actions, so let's say you have some records available under that subgrid and you want to see the details of that record. So you can enable this button. Again, target type. So once user clicks on that record and select details, you want to show a basic form. So let's say you will create a new basic form which will have all the fields, read only fields. So once user clicks on details, the basic form will pop up and it will show all the details, whatever fields you have added into that CRM form which is coming onto the basic form. So that will be visible. If you want to redirect user to a web page or a URL, you can choose the target. Here you can select your basic form. Now I currently have one basic form related to this entity, that is the reason only one basic form is available. If you have more, it will start showing more. Again, this is the button label, same thing. Now similarly we have edit button, it will also have the same things, it will have delete, workflow. So let's say if you want something to happen, so let's say if user clicks on workflow, in the backend you want to maybe create a word template or something, anything customization you have to do. So in the backend, you can create a workflow. We have so many workflows options, right? We can create some workflows, the out of the box workflows that is provided by CRM product. You can create a workflow, and once you select this option, you can simply create that workflow that will start, become that will become available here under this option. You can select that, and of course, you can give some meaningful name like generate document, something, anything. whatever action you're trying to perform on the click of this, you can just give the name. And once user clicks on that button, you can just do on-demand workflows. You can create an on-demand workflows, and then you can select that workflow from here. So as soon as that button gets clicked, that workflow will run. So that's how we can make use of this workflow option. Similarly, we can create related records, we can activate, we can deactivate. These are all nothing but the CRM direct options, like we do activate the records or we deactivate the records. Similarly, same functionality will be available here. You just need to provide the correct label, whatever label you want to show, otherwise it will show activate and deactivate by default. Now, so these are the things. Let me enable the advanced settings. Just wanted to show you one more thing. See, there are many options started coming up. So let's say if I cross this, now if I let's say create this, create button. Now if you see button label, success message. So let's say you are creating a new record, whatever message you have to show, this is the by default message that gets visible once the record is created. But let's say you want to make this button conditionally available, so that you so then you can make use of this filter criteria. So here you will write the condition, and that condition, according to that condition only this button will be visible or will not be visible. So this is the best option you can use in every button. It will be available, so like this download, and even in other options as well. So details, of course you have the same things. The other things are success message, button label, tooltip and filter criteria. Similarly, it will start showing up in other buttons as well. So this will help you write the filter criteria. So it will use the fetchxml format. So you can just give your filter criteria, and that will, whenever you are onto this web page, that filter criteria will run, and it will decide the visibility of this button. So this will come when you will enable this advanced settings option. So these are the options we will see. We will enable it, but as of now I want to show you the plain view of this. So we have just added a single view, and let me save my record. Now our list is created. Now to show this list, we need a web page. So let me create a web page, and I will I will give the name as list of employees. Any name you can give, whatever is suitable. List of employees. Website, you have to select your website. Now, what would be your parent page? So here, whatever you want to give, you can give. But right now, I want to give employee. So the create employee, and after that, I want the user to show the list, to see the list. Partial URL. The name should always be meaningful. So here I will give list of employees, so that even when user sees the URL, there should be a meaningful name. Now page template, I am just using the default page template. So this one, I am going to publish it. Now let me save it. As I have explained you before, this is just the information page, not the content page. So the new localized content page will automatically be created. And here let me select the employee list that we have created, and let me save the list. Let me save the web page, and I'll just check, because before I have not selected that list, it might not have populated here. Yeah. So onto the content page. So just to recall, we can have multiple languages. So that is the reason once we create a web page, we always create an information page, and then the content page gets automatically created. So if you have multiple pages, multiple languages supported on your portal, that is the reason this localized content comes in the picture. There will be multiple web pages supporting different languages. So now this is the actual page that is going to get used, and this is using English. So as soon as if you creates more web pages and you use more languages, you will have multiple content pages pointing to different web page language. So now our web page is ready, my list is set up. Now let's see what else is remaining. If I go to my localized content again, so this is fine. Uh, Now I think we are good. Now let's try to add this web page on our menu. Now first let's see what is happening on my studio. So if I go to my studio and if I try to refresh my page, I am under my test environment. There are multiple ways by which you can add that into your menu. So here also you will have the web link sets using which you can add it. So this is my default navigation. So this is a web link set of default under which I have links. So here right now I have home and create employee. So whatever comes before this sign in, it's default and this goes under profile navigation. So here I have home and create employee. So if I add one more link, so here I can select my new name, what should be the menu name, publishing state, and parent web link, and the page. So it will become available. Like I can show you for create employees. So if you see this, so my page is create employee. So this is the first way of doing it. And this is the display order which it will follow. Here also you can add it. You can just simply, you have to just do one thing simply, that is we have created this list of employee. You just click on that, move it to main navigation. So then it will be moved to your main navigation, which is nothing but here. So if you see, it has moved under this. I can make, I can promote this subpage outside. So it will become a new option, or I can make this a subpage also. Let's keep it under the main page as of now, just to see. And here let's say if I click on page settings, so it will show the name of name list of employees, and this will be the same name that will be used. Okay, so this is the second option, and we could have done from here also. So whatever name is here is there. So both the options you can do, but let's say I have followed this as of now, so let me just sync it. Next time we can make use of this web link sets and try to add a link. So let me, we have added it here. Let me click on sync. I have already clicked on sync. So now let's see how it is looking like. Now, first of all, I wanted to show you what's the change, if any change happened here under the web link sets, if it has been synced properly. So if I go, there should be one more link that has been added. So see, this is the third column. Now if I go and refresh my page, yeah, so this is list of employees. Now if I go there, I'm seeing undefined, and let's see why. Because in between I have used studio, so there may be some things. Let's see on this page. Yeah, so sometimes it happens, so it's okay, no issues. Let me click on list and just choose the list. That's it. So it should add, and let me see. Sometimes it happens that in between I'm using Model-Driven app and the studio. So and I clicked on sync, and it took some time for the sync, and that's why that list did not get selected here. That is the reason it was coming like this. So my sync is completed, but I can see why this undefined is coming. So let's try to just check, go to a web page, and I'll just see if something has been copied here by mistake. Yeah, so I think that is coming from here. So let me just remove this unnecessarily added span. So let me just remove it,
and let me try to save it, and let's go here and try to sync the changes that we have done from the Pages Management onto app. Yeah. So ideally now my list of employees should show the active employee list. Yeah. So let me just refresh to see the grid is available, and that undefined is also gone now, and this is the list. So this is how the list is visible. Since we have enabled only one view, there are no other options. I have not enabled create button, view button, edit button or any button. That's why it is plain and nothing is visible here. Okay. Now let's go and try adding the buttons. So we will see the differences. Let me go to the list. So this is the list that we have created, and first thing we will do is we will try to add one more view to see the names. Now here I will give employees. So let's give the name like that. Here let's see some other employees. So employees. Uh, so I will give like this so that you will see the difference. Okay, this is the one thing. Second is, let me go to the options and let me just scroll down, and we will add a create button. As I have explained you, let's select a basic form and let's select a create employee form, which we have already created in our past video. Let's keep the out of the box, I mean the default message, and let's change the button label. So let's give it create employee. Let's give the tooltip also. Let it be visible for all the time, and let's see, this is the create button that we are going to add. Let's add download button as well. So employee list being downloaded successfully. So let me add this. Button label is download uh, employee record. Okay. Same would be this. There would be no confirmation required, and it should be visible all the time. Now, for similarly for details and edit, currently I don't have new page or basic web form. That is the reason, I might not be able to select it because we have already only one form available. But yeah, we can just try it out by selecting a web page, and let's redirect user to the list of employees page. So once user clicks on details, it will take user to the list of employees. Okay, and I'm not giving anything, so it should show details directly. Okay, and similarly you can do for edit nothing. You can just simply select the target type, like how you want to show it. So let's say if I click basic form as of now, let's see create employee, and I'm not giving anything here, the label, so it should by default show edit. Okay, and similarly you can explore the other options. So I will just simply give delete. So on incomplete it will refresh, and let's give it delete option only. We can also choose confirmation a message if you want to show. So so we have enabled everything now. Let's try to save the record, and let's sync our changes. Now if you can see, the new buttons have started coming up. So let's see the changes onto our portal. So you see the first of all the partial URL. Now since we have added multiple views, so it is showing two views, employees, and it is showing the label that we have added, but not the actual name of the view. So employees will be by default, and employee inactive, as soon as I selected this, it is showing me that inactive employee. Currently we don't have any inactive employee, so that let me go to the active ones.
Now we have enabled create employee button and download employee record. So as soon as I click on download employee record, it will download an Excel. Yeah, that's all it will do. And then if I click on create employee, so I have selected an basic form. So that is the reason it is showing me the basic form that I have selected. So I can simply add a new record. Let's say I will add, and let me give the phone number. Let me select the department and let me submit. Okay. So as of now, we have that redirection available under the submit form of the create employee basic form. That is the reason within this it has taken me here, but we can change it of course. Okay. So let me close it. And if I see here, if I try to refresh my screen, it is showing me the new record that I have created. If you see, the link has started coming up because we have given, first of all, if I go here, we have enabled the option of edit. So this create and download is perfectly working fine. Create is also working fine. If I go to edit, so I have here, if you don't give the button label and choose it, it will use this by default edit. That's why it is using edit. If I click on this, it is still opening the basic form of the create employee, but of course it should be different form. But just for the purpose of showing you how it works, I have just added that. Okay. And so that's how, I mean, once you click it, since it's a create type of basic form, it is not populating the record that we have selected. Okay. But as soon as you create a basic form correctly enabled, and for the editing purpose, it will show you the right data. And here under this, you will see all the options that you have enabled: delete, edit. Now for the view details, we have selected a web page, so it will redirect us to this web page. But generally, what you should do is you should show a basic form which should show the details of this form, this details of this record. And similarly, you should do for edit as well. Create a basic form of edit type, which should actually open up this record, and you should be able to edit it. And this is the delete one. Similarly, if you start activating more type of buttons in it, it will start showing up that. So example, if I click on activate and deactivate, there will be two more buttons that got added: activate and deactivate. Let me try to save this record, and let's quickly see those two things. And let me sync the changes. Let me try to refresh. So it is, see, deactivate button got enabled automatically. So that's how we can make use of list, and we can show multiple options, whatever we want to select. Also, you might be wondering that why it is not showing the activate button and only the deactivate button, because this record is already active, so it will not show the activate button. But if you deactivate this record, you will see this message, which is again the default message, which we have not changed. Now let me go to this inactive. If you see, this record came into an inactive state. Here we should see this activate button. So now once I click on activate, this record is gone from this list. And now if I go to my employees, I can see that record again here. So this is how we can make use of list, multiple options directly. It's very easy to enable this list easily into the portals. So one more thing I was telling you, right, that this edit is not showing any data here because currently we have added a create employee basic form of create tagging. So I was just talking about we are using this create employee. So when we have created this basic form for the create employee, we have selected the mode as insert. There are two more modes available, edit and read only. So when we want user click on the edit, we want user to open up the edit employee. This kind of basic form, we can create one more basic form with edit or with read only. So as soon as you select edit, it will ask you for the record source type. So you should select query string and whatever is best suitable according to your condition, according to your situation, you can select that. But as of now, let's say if you select query string, so automatically that ID will be passed since onto that list we have the ID already given there. So it will try to show you that same details. Similarly for the read-only form, the same thing. So if you select the query string and you click on that record and select view details or edit, the ID of that record will be passed and the form that you have created will be opened up with the details already visible there. Okay. What I was trying to tell you is, so let's say if I go to this employee list, I go to the options. So here this is details, right? So this record ID query string parameter name. So this ID will be automatically passed. So this is how you can create your forms. And let's say we have selected the redirect to web page on view details. Right? So if I click on view details, it will take me to the same page because we have selected the same pages. So this is how you can create a list. You can create a web page and then you can embed your list into the web page. You can then add your web page on the menu or anywhere, and you can show the list of records to the users directly with the help of list. This list views the views directly from the CRM. So it's very simple. Whatever filters, sorting, columns you add at your CRM level, you can show that directly to the user, to the world, with the help of a list embedded onto a web page. So yeah, that's it for today. In this video, we have learned about list, and if you want to know more, so just stay tuned. Whenever you are looking into this video, just make sure that you have completed the previous videos so that you will have more idea about Power Pages and how we are doing that. And in my next videos, I will try to create more content by showing you the different things, different components from the Power Pages app. Okay, and if you want to understand about anything else, please add a comment. Thank you so much, everyone. If you like my content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.